Men is one of the few movies that I wanted to see in theaters. I was so excited when it was going to come out, but I never got the chance to see it in theaters. So click away if you do not want any spoilers of this movie. Otherwise, stick around as we're going to dive in what happens in the movie Men.
Nice try, sweetie.
I'll send you a copy. Welcome back, Roger.
Good to see another brother around here. Yes, of course it is.
Did you see that movie, Night of the Living Dead?
But I don't think I want either of those things.
I have watched the movie twice. The first time I was just watching it. The second time I was really trying to focus on the flashback. And all I can say about those flashbacks is like, sir, you really put your hands on her because she wanted a divorce, because she felt unsafe around you.
Get out. I'm sorry, please.
Get out! Get out!
You literally created an environment where she does not feel safe because you are not only manipulative, but you're also emotionally and physically abusive, and you have tantrums. James, when I catch you.
What's up?
But for you to put your hands on her because she wants to leave you, because she voiced her concerns to her best friend that she did not feel safe, when in reality you could have just accepted the fact that she wanted a divorce and you could have just went on with your life. But no. That scene just really made me mad because he really tried to apologize to her for hitting her in the face when, like, dude, you punched her in the face. Like, what is wrong with you? She don't want to be with you anymore. Fast forwarding into the movie, so we are now in present time because I wanted to focus on all the flashbacks because all of the flashbacks just happens beforehand. So now she arrives at the village. She is at this country house that she's renting, and before she enters the home, she actually eats an apple off the tree. This is her getaway because she just witnessed her husband, James, off himself. He literally jumped off the balcony of the apartment right above them, and she watches him fall. It's all in slow motion for her. She's then greeted by the house owner. So his name is Jeffrey. He gives her the tour of the country house, and eventually Harper goes for a walk in the woods, and she goes to a tunnel. This was the teaser that I used to see all the time in the theaters. I never seen a full-blown trailer for the movie. I've always seen this particular scene. At the end of the tunnel, this figure just pops their head up.
The fuck is that?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a human or if it was a skinwalker because the movie is called Men, but I don't know what we are going to expect at this point. Harper is obviously scared by the interaction and she quickly retreats back the way that she came. She comes across in an abandoned house, and when she turns around to go take a picture of it, why is there a naked man just staring at her? And she freaks out about it at first, but she just keeps going to the country house. She sends the picture to her best friend, which is Riley, and Riley was like, oh my god. But in my head, I would have pulled up as soon as I saw that. What do you mean you're going to take a picture of this house and there's this man naked that you are suspecting that he followed you from the tunnels earlier? And what made you think that he's not going to follow you back to the house? Like, if you don't share your location with me so I can pull up to make sure that you're going to have a safe trip. The next day, Harper is currently on the phone with her best friend Riley. They're on FaceTime, but like in certain places of the house, it's like her friend cannot get a signal at all. And the naked man ended up making an appearance, but Harper didn't notice him yet, which was confusing to me because do y'all ever get that feeling where you're sitting down maybe in a restaurant or something and you just feel eyes looking at you? I just know for a fact she must have felt that energy of that naked man staring at her through the window. Harper finally realizes that the man is currently on the property, so she disconnects the call with Riley as the man is looking at the fruit on the tree. I wouldn't have disconnected that call. I would have stayed on the call with Riley and told Riley what was going on, because Harper's in the area that she's unfamiliar with, and there's this random naked man on the property. I would have stayed on the phone, and either one or two options could have happened. Either option one, Riley could have called the police and stayed on the line with Harper, or either two, she could have been on the next flight, train, or drive to where Riley is and stayed on the line with her until she got there. During this time, Harper realizes the front door is slightly open. She quickly goes and shut it and locks the door. She calls the police, but the man puts his arm through the letterbox.
Are you alone in the house?
He's trying to get in.
Harper screams while the cops on the line is trying to get her exact location so they can have people come out to assess the situation. The cops finally do come out. They arrested the man. I guess he had nowhere else to go, because you could have fled from the situation at any time, but you chose to be there. But I digress. But however, one of the police officers, one was a woman and then the other one was a man, but then the man kind of resembled Jeffrey a little bit, and that was my second go around of watching it when I realized that. After the man gets arrested, Harper decides to go visit a church, and after having her flashback regarding James, she leaves the church and she runs into this young boy wearing a mask of a woman, and he takes off the mask, and it's not even a young boy, it's a grown-ass man. Wanted to play hide and go seek. Harper didn't want to play hide and go seek. She kept saying that she didn't want to. So during this time, Vicar comes up and he basically tells the young man to leave her alone, and he gets mad that she doesn't want to play hide and go seek, and then he calls her a bitch.
Stupid bitch.
Harper and Vicar ends up having a conversation, and she's telling him about like James and her relationship and what happened, but he ends up saying that the reason why his death even happened is because she didn't allow him to apologize.
You must wonder why you drove him to it.
Why, I didn't drive him to it.
Men do strike women, sometimes. But if you'd given him the chance to apologize, he'd still be alive.
Fuck off.
But I completely understand where she's coming from, because if you're in a relationship and your partner punched you dead in the face, there is no coming back from that. So I don't even know why he even suggested that to be an option. Harper obviously leaves the conversation. She's upset about it, and I completely understand why. She finds herself at a local pub and she meets Jeffrey again. There's some other people there. There's a bartender. The police officer from earlier shows up. I believe there's like 2 or 3 men sitting at a table behind them, and she learns from the police officer that the naked man was released, and I will have the police officer give y'all the reason why this man was released.
Not much to charge him with, miss. It's not like he stole anything.
He was stalking me. I saw him twice.
I don't know if he saw you once. It's...
Harper storms out, and she's completely upset, completely understandable, because you just proved to me that you're completely useless and you're not even willing to hear out my side of the story when I have all the evidence in the world to prove to you that this man followed me. As she is walking out of the pub alone in the darkness, which is also crazy for me to even say that, the naked man is seen again following her. Harper makes it back to the house. She calls Riley. She updates Riley on everything that is currently going on. Riley said that she will be in her car and she'll be there first thing in the morning. Harper drops her location to Riley. Riley is on her way there, but the police officer is outside and he's under the tree, and the lights like flickered and he disappeared. And then one of the dudes from the pub is charging at her. Harper quickly retreats back into the house. She arms herself with a knife and she goes into the kitchen, but the window breaks in the kitchen. But guess who shows up during all of this? Jeffrey shows up. He finds the window was broken and it was a crow.
Oh, you poor thing.
Harper's basically telling Jeffrey at this point that there was somebody outside. and Jeffrey decides to go outside and investigate, starting off in the garden area, and when the lights flicker, Jeffrey's gone, and now it's the naked man, and he chases Harper back into the house. The naked man puts his hand through the letterbox again. This time Harper stabs him with a knife. This is important to note because in one of the flashbacks, that's actually how James died, where he had the gate underneath him stabbed through his hand. In the kitchen, the young boy, quote unquote, he emerges as well, and he has the exact same injury as the naked man.
What are you going to do now? Hurt me again? Stab me again? You're so mean. You wouldn't even play a game of hide and seek.
So Harper flees upstairs. She goes into the bathroom. She locks herself in the bathroom. Vicar ends up coming out of nowhere. Harper let him in. They're having a conversation. He has the exact same injury as well on his hand. And then he proceeds to try to grape her, but she stabs him in the stomach as she should, and she escapes from the house. And during all of this, Jeffrey is nowhere to be found. It's like he walked outside and just disappeared. As I mentioned, Harper, she escapes from the house, quickly jump into her car. She's about to leave this country house, this village, and she's gonna leave all of this behind. She puts her foot to the gas. Next thing you know, she ends up accidentally running over Jeffrey. But I thought Jeffrey was a good guy throughout this entire movie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was different. I did not think he was like these other men in this movie. But he proved me wrong because he yanked her out that car, threw her on the ground, took the car, and drove off.
Mrs. Marlowe!
I guess he was driving off because he was afraid of whatever was currently happening was going to get exposed because he was a part of it too. But no, this man does a U-turn and he's driving back to Harper, forcing her to retreat back into the house as he crashes the car outside of the estate. The naked man emerges once again. This time he is crawling towards her with a broken ankle, which also resembles another injury that James had after his fall. And the naked man is turning into like the Green Man at this point, which the Green Man was touched earlier in the movie whenever Harper was at the church before the encounter with the young boy, quote unquote, and Vicar outside. Coming up next is the naked man repeatedly giving birth. First it was like the young man, then it was Vicar at that point. Eventually it gave birth to Jeffrey, and then finally James, and both Harper and James at this point are back inside of the country house, sitting down having a conversation.
So I died. My arm was ripped through by an iron railing. My ankle snapped. My internal organs crushed. This is what you did.
James, what is it that you want from me?
Your love.
It's the next day, and guess who arrives? Riley. She kept her word. She arrived, but it looks like she's coming into a crime scene with Harper's car crashed into the stone wall. And she walks in, she sees the front door is wide open, but she catches Harper to her far left. Harper sees Riley, and the only thing that she can do is smile. Now, this movie is up for interpretation at the end of whether or not all of this actually happened or what actually happened. I think this was just her way to escape the trauma that she went through with James. Like with James coming out at the very end to have that conversation with her, I think she finally was able to break free from her trauma, even though she did not have to go through all that. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching my content. If you enjoyed my video, give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below how you felt about this movie. I thought the movie was pretty good, and it set up a great example on how most men be acting in their relationships, in my opinion. You can't hit somebody and then say that you're sorry and expect everything to be all hunky-dory. On a serious note, if you're out there wanting to date, or if you're in a similar situation as Harper, get out of the situation as soon as possible. And everyone, please be safe out there when you're going out dating, regardless if it's a man or a woman. Please be safe, and I'll catch you next time.
This is a little extra